A girl, people don't be wanting a man for a man when they be going up the man in that type of position to go after that title.
Title or money?
Yeah, because somebody was telling me about a girl that was dating a dude. Cheated on her. She didn't care because she was going after that title. Women attracted to men with power.
Ooh, girl, have you heard? Oh my gosh. Let's talk about it. Now let's get chatty. Let's talk about it.
Buenos dias.
Bonjour.
Hey girl. Hey guys. So, why is it that women are attracted to men of power? They can cheat. They can possibly steal all the money and deplete the accounts, but something about them keeps them attracted to a man who's in like a high position. I wonder what Melania sees in Trump.
That's hilarious.
But I heard allegedly Jamal Bryant is back in the news again, and more women are coming out that he is their baby's daddy and they've been messing with him. But as a woman, already knowing his record, I already know that he's not a faithful man, allegedly not a faithful man. Why would you? I wouldn't be attracted to him. I have zero interest in, I just, even knowing that, I have no interest. I'm like, oh, you got all this going on, you just check. I wouldn't have zero interest. So why is it that women are attracted to men of power? Is it the money?
Maybe they feel empowered by being with someone that has power.
That's a good point.
Maybe that's why.
Because sometimes, how when you would like an attractive partner, and you walking down the street or you walking with them, you just feel like, oh yeah, that's my thing, that's my boo, that's my baby, and you feel like it gives you like a sense of gratification.
Yeah, a false sense of confidence.
Yeah.
I think power is relative. Power is a relative term.
Meaning, what do you mean by?
So what is the full story though? What is the full story? Is it just hearsay? Is it just claim? Because you can't have people that claim things just to attach their name to somebody in the limelight. You can't have people claim things.
You can.
Right.
Very true.
If you're not bringing no facts, then...
Well, one lady, because he was not claiming the little boy, she pulled out the birth certificate. Now, that would take a lot. People can falsify DNA tests.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard to falsify a birth certificate with the seal of the state and all of that. So she brought a birth certificate. She provided it. It's supposed to be an actual birth certificate, because I don't know, the Real Housewives of Potomac or some show, Potomac, thank you, some show, he is like gifting a child a whole restaurant.
Those are his children.
And those
his 3 daughters with his ex-wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think seeing that, like, if I had a child by him and I was watching that, I'm like, oh no, like, you're not claiming my child, but you passing out gifts and restaurants and whatever else, Bentleys, and
I want a piece of the pie.
Yes, I would. So I would be like, I'm here, I'm at such and such, meet me at Church's Chicken, we're gonna take a DNA test and we're gonna prove that you are the father.
So that kind of goes along with power being relative, because money, control, those are all related to power, supposedly. If you have power, you should have all of these things that come with it. Status quo, being in the limelight, having better opportunities, being connected to someone.
Yeah, it could be different reasons. Like if that person is there and they have that position and your name is attached to that person, that can bring you forward as well. Then also another thing would probably be is so power, or you say somebody that has money, wealth, position, whatever the case may be, you know, women that have certain mentalities, maybe they are game players or whatever they can get out of it, they will attract them more. Because they have the money, they have the opportunity, they have the titles, they have the position, you know, so they're going to attract them more than probably or just a regular guy.
Is it because
they're about what can the relationship do for me?
Right.
What can I get out of the relationship?
Social dominance.
Yeah, so it's pretty much somebody who's in it for maybe personal gain. And even if, you know, now some women, they want to only date a certain man of caliber to increase their brand or to increase where they want to go. Like, oh, I want to start, a lot of women want to start a clothing business online, right? Or they want a makeup line, or they want something. So you hook up and you try to connect with an individual to push your personal agenda.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was...
So I wonder why they will come out now, though.
Because they've been seeing stuff on TV.
Well, didn't it just recently come out that he bought them a restaurant? She just mentioned it.
Yeah.
So you know, I guess, you know, if you're not providing for your child, if that's your child, you're not providing for your child or your son or whatever the case may be, if it's a girl or boy, then you see someone doing for their child, it's for one of his other kids.
Yeah. I get it.
And you just like, oh, really?
Like, wait a minute, like we over here lacking. And I definitely would reach out if I seen someone who had means and they passing out gifts and everything. And
so she wants the same things as the person.
I don't know if that's what she wants, but just me thinking, if it was me, I would want that. I would want some benefit.
Being that Giselle is his ex-wife, she used to have that I want to say that position. But a baby mama, you don't necessarily have to have the same position, but you should almost kind of have the same rights, because either way you guys have children.
Wait, let's go rewind.
Wait, you saying because she's a wife,
she was an ex-wife.
Okay.
Well, she was his wife, so they had these kids while they were married.
Right. So it doesn't matter like how they had the children, because she was to be married with him, because they're the baby mama. Like, because they have children, that's all like the mattering factor. Not the position necessarily.
So does the baby mama have the same rights as the wife to those? How does a man treat the children? Like, if you're in a relationship and you're married and you have children outside of that marriage, do you treat those? I would think, you treat those children the same. I know that is the hope, that there's no differentiation between.
Or do you do them like Bathsheba, send them on and God got them? Is that what's her name? Bathsheba? What was her name? Her name wasn't Bathsheba.
Are you talking the lady who gave her son up for somebody else to marry?
No. The one that Abraham went into and had a child because Sarah didn't want to wait.
Rachel.
No.
Not Rachel. Oh my God. What's her name?
I have no clue.
And he sent him off. She said, they gotta go. And he sent him off. And they was in a desert and she prayed to God. And
Abraham.
Come on.
God said he would that her son.
Did she even have a name? The son name was
Isaac and Jacob. Is that who you're talking about?
But what was the mother's name?
What was the mother's name?
Rebecca.
No.
I don't know.
It was not Rebecca?
Did she even have a name?
Who is? Let's see.
I don't think she had a name, because I remember God heard the sons cry, not the mothers. And responded out of this, hearing the sons cry.
Hagar.
Okay. Okay, so it was Hagar. So is that you? I mean,
so basically position doesn't matter. All that matters is that that's your child.
That child.
Yeah.
Right. You take that mama out the equation.
Right.
It's just you. It's just the daddy and the children. And I think when we get that right, we get a lot of things right.
I feel like it's just having some accountability. Because if I were to be with a man and he has kids, you're going to take care of your kids, right? We taking care of your kids.
Right.
Yes. That's how we going to do it. If I'm connected to you, I'm going to be like, no, we taking care of your kids.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to stand there and sit there and you don't take care of your children. So
I don't care what you do, who you do, as long as you take care of your responsibility.
That's very interesting because I feel like this subject that subject right here can kind of go into another area as well, because sometimes men don't see it that way, as taking care of the children, because all they see is that the mother the money is going into the account of the mother, and they feel like the money is going to the mother versus to the children.
Well, that brings another question in my mind. What is child support? Then what is child support? If you have a child that's under, let's say, 13 or 12, what is child support? When you're getting it and you say you got a 10-month-old, what do? Do you pay the rent with it? Do you pay the mortgage, or put the gas in the car that drives the child to and from appointment? Isn't that child support?
However it supports the child.
Or is that something you put that we're gonna stack that money in the bank? We're just gonna stack it in the bank, and we sitting with the lights off. We don't have a way transportation. But we got your child support in the bank.
Well, just speaking of that, I feel like how I've heard of like things going to 20%, 20%. Like you get 20% of what that person made. But if you got expenses out the wahoo, then 20% is probably won't cut it.
Yeah.
So that support should be a fraction of what those expenses are. Now we're not talking about lavish expenses,
right?
We're talking about your basic
essentials, right?
Putting a shelter over the head, providing some transportation and protection in that transportation, food, schooling, whatever that may be. And if it goes according to the father, and the father lives a certain way, then the child should definitely live a certain way.
I agree. I definitely agree, because if you want your child to go to private school, then that needs to be funded, and that money should definitely go to support that child. And I think it should also go to support the child's aspirations. If they want to be a ballerina, if they want to play basketball, that child
should be taken into account. So I did see something where the young lady was asking for $50,000 a month.
What?
$50,000
for child support?
For child support.
Okay.
Well, you have to think. What state that she lives in? How is the economy?
No, honey, $50,000. Come on now, come on.
You don't know.
Now let me say this. Let me say this, because it's gonna hit somebody's nerve. I feel like a portion of that child support should go to maybe supporting the child, right? We just talked about the basics, those extracurricular activities, whatever make the child whole, keep the child, busy and whatnot. And then a portion of that money should go into some kind of like estate for the child when the child becomes of age.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of money.
That it is, and especially if you're not going to multiply it, it's a lot of money. Okay.
Yeah. You can kind of get what I'm saying. So if you're getting that amount of money, that's something that should go aside for the child when they get a certain age.
I agree. All right.
Give me a $50,000 child support.
I'll tell you.
I don't know how to invest that much.
But speaking of like getting with men with power, it made me think about just athletes, because I tend to look at a lot of sports on a daily basis, especially when I'm working. And you see a lot of athletes get caught up, and I can see like you live in a certain lifestyle, you have this money rolling in, you're young, you have opportunity, you have this, that, you have all kinds of women coming at you, and you see like some of them getting caught up in these situations.
I got into a different kind of entanglement.
Situations.
And I'm not to say that all of them are guilty of these situations. But it's really, you really have to take the time to protect yourself. Because you have been playing ball all your little years, mama taking you there, whoever has been taking you there. Yeah. You've invested in your body, you've invested in your future. And then you get caught up in a situation, and then you find yourself where you are coming off money because of the situation.
Yeah.
So always like protect yourself.
Protect yourself.
Because I think I heard about an athlete when the women would come in the home, they had to put their phone in a certain spot. Because there wasn't going to be no recording.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't gotta record! I'm playing.
Oh, they do, honey. They be taking pictures.
But I was saying they don't have to. Especially
Yeah,
if a
but-
baby comes, you don't even need to.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're just talking about why women are attracted to men of power or men of certain prestige. Hopefully you can chime in and comment below. Let us know what you think. What are your thoughts on this conversation? And we are so glad you tuned in today.
Welcome back, guys.
We see you later. See you next week.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, and turn those notifications on. Ding.